I'm sure you heard about the Colin Kaepernick situation, and I know you are near and dear to your heart is our police departments everywhere. You have ridden with police. You have you want to be a sheriff. You are actually in certain parts of this country somebody who has been out there. What do you think of what Colin Kaepernick is saying and going about it, Shaq?
Well, my father was a military guy, so I'm all about the flag and all about standing up. And people have their own opinions and their own thoughts of how they should do things. My question is, based on his statement about social injustice to the African American community, has this always been something he's wanted to do? Because there's always been social injustice for African Americans. So, man, I just want to know where all this is coming from now. His first, second, third year, he stood up for the flag. But now all of a sudden, he said, "I'm sitting down." I mean, I want to know how. I need to know more. I mean, I need to know, like, has this always been his thought process, or he's just doing it? To each his own. But you have to understand that at certain times when you do things like this, you can offend a lot of people. And my advice to him is whatever path you choose, make sure you're genuine about it. Because Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jim Brown, they did it all the time, no matter what. They just didn't pop up and do it when it was necessary. They did it all the time. So whatever path you choose, just make sure you're passionate about it and make sure you're doing the right thing for the right reason. So I'm just kind of confused that the first 2-3 years he stood up, and now all of a sudden he's not standing up. But again, there's always been social injustice for the African American community ever since I was a little boy.
Well, I'm assuming.
And I just think we as people need to learn to respect each other, not to treat each other kindly, have conversations and just talk things out. And one bad piece of fruit in a fruit basket should never make the whole fruit basket tainted. I understand all situations. I understand the situation about being a young African American growing up in certain areas. And I also understand what it is to be a police officer, putting your life on the line every day. But most of the time when I show respect to people, all my situations get resolved.
Well, I'm assuming, I'm with Shaquille O'Neal here on the Rich Eisen Show, that you knew Chris Jackson before he was Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, and you remember he sat down as well. Well, yes. I'm just wondering, what were your recollections when he was doing that in the NBA?
Well, you know what? A lot of people think Chris and I hung out a lot in college. I only saw Chris on practice and game days. That's it. And, Chris was such a mega superstar, like he was really to himself. And, when he was with Denver and he did it, and, he based it on his, religious beliefs. And then after that, I kind of, never heard from him. I talked to him a couple months ago. He lives in the Atlanta area, but it was very, very short. But again, a lot of people were offended, and Chris felt that's what he wanted to do. And, it's just, you have to be able to sit back and look at the situation and understand the situation.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.